Good afternoon, Joshua.
Hey, how we doing? How we doing?
I'm overcompensating my fatigue for just trying to bring as much energy as humanly possible right now. Convince
Hey,
myself I'm
I,
not tired.
I need you to put everything out there for the next 30 or so minutes. You do that for me, Jared, for the
I'm gonna
listener's sake.
I'm gonna try my best.
For our one loyal listener. Shout
Yeah.
out Dan.
Oh man, I'm exhausted, but we're good, man. How are you?
I'm good, man. You know, it's a nice day here. It's about I looks like it's kind of cold where you're at. It's about 85 degrees here in Chattanooga, sunny.
Damn,
So
85
it's
degrees
it's 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 hot.
in
It's hot, but
March.
yeah, it's crazy. But I tell you what, man, been productive, getting stuff done, like feeling good, just ready to take on this week, man. Ready to
That's
take on this
good,
week.
man. That's good.
So
Yeah,
tell the people what do you got on your plate, man? You got a lot on your plate. You want to
always,
talk about it?
forever, and
Talk about it.
always.
Let's vent, man. Let's
Well, right now in the immediate future is that we're trying to get ready to move. We move next weekend, and on top of that, I have to work next weekend. So I have one less day than I would like to have to get moved and get settled. And I'm the type where, you know, I set unrealistic expectations. My goal is to be completely done with moving and completely settled. And now, I guess one day, really, if I still want to have my sanity where I have my Sunday to prep for the week and get some other stuff done, that means I have to get completely moved in one day. So that's going to be Friday of this upcoming week.
and I'll tell you, for those who have had to move, it's the worst. So
It's
the
rough.
fact that you're trying to lump working a full day, which I think you work 10-hour days, right?
Yeah.
So a 10-hour day plus having to move. Now, how far is the move? Are we talking you going across state lines? You move into another country? I mean, I know the answer, but for the listeners that don't, where are you moving to? Or how
I
far away?
wish I was moving to another country. I've been trying to convince my family to leave the US for a long time now. So I
Now's not a
wish.
bad time to do it, man. With
I
all the,
know.
you know.
But no, we're just moving. Fortunately, we're only moving 10 minutes down the road. So a couple
Okay.
miles, that's a
So
couple
because
city
it's something
miles.
you could like piecemeal it, like is there like an overlap, right? You have this new house come in like a week, but there's like a 3-day overlap with like your current lease and the one you're starting. Like, could you just
Yes,
like
technically, yes. Technically, I have all next week and weekend, but I obviously work during the week, and my partner, she works longer hours than I do. So, just imagine next Monday through Thursday will be a wash, or the weekend after, the week after next weekend will be a wash. So, but technically, I do have a full other weekend to move, but I hate delaying anything. My goal is to do as much as my body. I will exhaust every ounce I have out of myself to get it all
that's the
done on
spirit.
Friday.
That's the spirit, Jared.
And
What
then
are
if
the
I can at least,
repercussions there?
I know, right? I'm sure it's not the healthiest thing in the world, but if I can at least just get all of the items moved over, and then I'm okay. I'm okay if unpacking takes a little bit, but I want us to be in a new place that's been cleaned. I do a lot of cleaning of the new place, even though it's already going to be clean by the time we get there. I still clean it myself. That's something my mom instilled in me at a very young age. Just do like clean. Nobody's going to clean it as like you want it to be clean. So just go on ahead and do it yourself. I'm gonna, I redo all the sheets when I move into a new place. So people don't understand. For the people that don't understand either, we're moving into a furnished unit. So it's not as much as I think what some people might think. Like we're not moving furniture except for a coffee table and a desk, a desk that's right behind me here. Other than that, we're not really moving too much furniture, which is nice. But it's still a lot to do for one person. And I'm debating right now if I spend the money on a U-Haul where I could get everything done in one trip, but obviously packing up the U-Haul and unpacking will take some time. Or do I just save a little bit of money there, but it'll probably take me all day if I use our car.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, if you have any big ticket items, like you said, you mentioned a desk, like if you have to break that down, is the cost of renting a U-Haul and having it done in one fell swoop, like, I mean, to me, that sounds worth it than having to like break big ticket items down and then you're going back and forth, 18 times. And then all of a sudden, oh, you lost a piece to the desk now and you can't put it together. Right. So I don't know. I mean, the way I look at it, especially U-Hauls, man, U-Hauls, when you're like staying within, like when you pick up and drop off in the same, like at the same store or wherever you reserve it, usually it's like relatively cheap. I mean, I'm talking like maybe like $100, 120 max. Like I think it depends.
Really?
It's like $20, and then it's like mileage on top of that. So it I don't know. It's pretty reasonable.
Yeah, I guess, the big things that I have to think about. Fortunately, the one desk that actually has to be broken down is already broken down, but
Well, that answers that.
the but the issue of like taking a lot of trips, right? I mean, last time we did this, it took me, I can't even remember how many trips I took, but imagine from about 9 a.m. of like getting the keys, or really like 8 a.m. because I had packed up the car and everything, 8 a.m. to like probably 8 or 9 p.m. and still didn't get everything done. And that was just as long of a commute. And we probably have just as much, if not more stuff. But the issue, I do have a bigger car this time, so that'll be helpful. But the other big issue though with renting a U-Haul that makes me nervous personally is city driving. Trying to maneuver narrow streets,
I mean,
parking.
what if you did it either bright and early in the morning or like late at night?
Yeah, the goal will be as soon, I think I'm gonna
Think
set up a time to get the keys to the new place as soon as possible, or as early as possible. Yeah, I think I can figure out a way to get there without having to take too many side streets, because the streets here can get pretty narrow, especially with street parking. And last thing I need is to ding the U-Haul or ding somebody else's car with the U-Haul, and then I got to deal with that mess. That's the one thing that has me.
You don't believe in hit and runs, Jared?
But I will say, if your math is math and it's under $200, then I feel like if it's more than 200, that's kind of my limit of what I want to spend on a U-Haul. But if it's under 200, I think it would be worth it for sure.
So you're talking to someone that's moved, unfortunately, quite a bit. And I can tell you, like, if you can do it all yourself, you can get like another friend just to like lend a hand. I think a U-Haul is the way to go, especially you're not going far. Man, I'll tell you what, having had to like furnish a house, and I've actually rented U-Hauls to like pick up furniture because, I don't have a big truck that I can, put a bedroom set and a king bed into. So I've actually rented just for like the day, went and rented like a van. And then, I kind of flex it a little bit where, I'm a marketplace guru. I'll find like 6 or 7 things on marketplace that I want for my house. I'll try and like tee it up, and usually, 3 or 4 things fall through, but then I'll pick up like, again, 3 or 4 big items, a desk, a couch, whatever it may be. And I'll do that all in the same day, knock it all out, and then it's done, And what I've done is like the cost of like renting the U-Haul, I'm still saving money because I'm buying like a nice piece of furniture on Facebook Marketplace. And, I haggle a little bit. So I do it. So, I'm haggling a little bit, and that money, I'm probably even doing a little bit better than break even with the U-Haul. So okay. I'm a fan of U-Haul or Penske or whatever you want to use,
Yeah. So that's on my agenda for today and tomorrow, is to kind of map out what that cost is going to look like and if it's worth it. The time it would save would definitely make it worth it. It's just a matter of, do I want to spend the money, and do I want to
think about the opposite, right? You decide not to go with, renting a truck, renting a van, whatever. And now you're going back and forth. It's a lot more time, having to, like, you're packing, repacking, unpacking. Like, I don't know. It feels like there's a lot more steps involved than, packing up once, driving once, unloading, you're going to do that 15 times. And that's a lot of your time spent in the car going back and forth too. So
no, for sure. I mean, I've definitely thought about that, where I could be done by noon my time. If I get a U-Haul, I could probably be done, at least have everything in the new place by noon, versus, what would probably be like 7 or 8 at night. So like, that's a lot of hours saved right there.
So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, hey, U-Haul, I know you're probably not going to listen to this between now and when we post it, but hook my boy up, get him some free miles, maybe
that would be nice.
maybe maybe he doesn't have to top off the gas before he like turns it in, you know,
Hey
sweeten
man,
the pot a little bit.
something is better
U-Haul,
than nothing.
Penske. Hey, we can have a bidding war, you know?
Yeah, because we're that popular,
Yes.
where they're begging us at this point,
Yeah.
not the other way
I'll tell you
around.
what.
But yeah, man, obviously that, right? That's the big thing. That's the big thing in the immediate future is the moving. And
Yep.
then I was talking about this the other day too, on another platform, just talking about how I have these moments throughout the year where it's like an extra sense of urgency that I have where I'm like, I really wish I feel like I should be doing more. I should be further along in the different ventures that I'm trying to embark on. And that was one of the things that just keeps me super busy right now is just trying to almost like I'm playing catch up a little bit with myself, just trying to keep pushing along with different business ventures and kind of finding my footing.
Now let me ask you, Jared. So the great Ron Swanson, if you've ever watched Parks and Rec,
Love
he's
that
got a
show,
quote.
man.
He's got a quote on there, and I think to me, you're kind of like a Leslie Knope, right? You
Is that
want
a
to be the
compliment? Is
best.
that a good thing? I
I
mean,
think it's a compliment. I think
like
it's a compliment.
a
Yeah,
person.
Leslie Knope's a badass. She's crazy, but But yeah, she's doing like 10 or 12 different things at once, and she's like falling asleep, and she just can't keep track of everything. And what things start falling to the wayside, and he goes, "Don't what does he say? Don't half-ass. Don't have like whole ass one thing. Don't half-ass anything."
Yeah,
So
it's a
I don't know.
good advice. My goal is to whole ass it all.
Oh, okay. So yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
that
if
sounded
you
really
can,
weird to say out loud. So, but my,
you're
my
like,
my goal is to just go for it all
all
of
right.
it.
So you watched Harry Potter? Yeah. Like I don't know
I've
which
seen the
book it was.
movies. Yeah.
Okay. So Harry Potter, I think you're like Hermione. Like you need the thing that Hermione had where she could like stop time and like go to other classes and do like
Oh my
multiple
god,
things
that
at
would be
once.
amazing. Like the
Yeah.
Stopwatchers. You ever see that movie, Nickelodeon movie, Stopwatchers, back in the day?
No, no.
Oh man, yeah, that'd be amazing.
So this kind of ties into what we were talking a couple episodes ago about just, time travel and being able to like stop time. Because I
Hmm.
think if you can time travel, I think you should be able to stop time too, right? Like,
Ideally, right? Just manipulating time as a whole for
yeah,
sure. No, that
if
would be
only.
glorious if I could pause one, not only just to get more stuff done, but also because I don't know about you, man, but I constantly feel like the days go by way too fast, life goes by way too fast. And every year it feels like it's getting faster and faster, and it just literally can't keep up, not only from a productivity standpoint, but just
Mm,
from a like being able to enjoy life, enjoy the small moments as they
right.
come.
I heard why that is because as adults, we become more regimented, where our days are, we go to work, we come home, we eat, we take a shower, we go to bed, and we do that. So then when we look back, the reality is it's like it all just blends together. It's like, where did time go? Like, because I know
Yeah.
I feel that way. I go through 5 days, like Monday, I'm like, ah, shit, it's Monday. And then the next thing I know, I'm like, oh, it's Thursday night. I got one more day of work. And then you blink again and you're back to Sunday night with Sunday scaries. And you're like, shit.
Yeah.
It is crazy, man. But that,
It's got to be stress related too, right? I would imagine, like as kids, there's just less to worry about.
it's fair.
Your
Yeah.
stress meter, it can only go so high because there's only so many things that even think about, right? And so I feel like it's easier for time to just feel slower back then because you didn't have to worry as much. So now I feel like kind of going with what you're saying, we're so regimented, and we probably have to be regimented as adults. We have to constantly be thinking about the next thing, which kind of forces us to, I feel like, live at 1.5 or 2x speed versus,
No time to really just like, what do they say? Like, just kind of sit back and smell the roses. Like when you just,
exactly.
you know,
Yeah,
and it's
exactly.
true, and I think I don't know how we got here, but I think it's an important thing to like really take time and what do people say, like to meditate, yoga, whatever it is. I truly do think like just reflection is, and I'm guilty. I don't reflect on like if something really great happened to me, like I need to start like, I know you're big on like journaling, but like really taking the time and like appreciating those like special moments because otherwise, it's so easy to forget anything like that happened. And again, you blink and you're 6 months in the future. So
Yeah, and we're so conditioned to we don't really give enough praise on the good things, but then if something bad happens, right, we harp on it for
Right.
however long
Right.
it takes for us to cope with whatever happened. And so I feel like, yeah, we definitely need to kind of reverse that for sure.
So this is crazy. I can't believe I'm admitting this, but I want the people to learn a little bit about more about us. So I'm one of those people, for whatever reason, Wednesdays always seem to be like just bad days. I don't know why. I don't know if
Mm.
it's because it's the middle of the week and I had like 3 full days already, or 2 full days. I don't know, but like for whatever reason, I forget my wallet at home, or I something happens, like my badge isn't working, or I I could rattle off all kinds of things, but like it's the little things. And I just go, am I just doing this because it's Wednesday and I'm harping? Like, I know it's going to be like a rough day.
Mm.
So now I'm purposely like pointing out all these little things. Like, I had like an epiphany this past Wednesday. And again, same thing. It's like, you know, I, I don't know, like work was stressful and River was annoying me, and so on. I didn't have any, like, I forgot to go grocery shopping, so I'm like scrambling to get something for like all these little things. And I'm like, in the grand scheme of things, none of this is a big deal. Like,
Right.
I'm making it a big deal,
Right.
But like all the other good things that happened that day, they fall to the wayside.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And that's like, it's like a reprogramming that needs to be done. Something I did uh, a few months ago now, but something I did a few months ago with a few of my friends was Mondays and Wednesdays, I would purposefully text them when I woke up in the morning, and
Hmm.
I would say, good morning, happy Wednesday. It's the best day of the week. Let's get it. Let's get after it. And
Okay.
what they don't know is that part of it was selfish, because part of it was me trying to convince myself that Wednesdays are actually my favorite days of the week, because you're right. I feel like it's just a societal thing where it's known that Wednesdays are the crappiest day of the week. If not Wednesdays, then Mondays. And so what I started doing was literally telling myself and then telling other people, like, this is good luck today. It's the best day of the week. Mondays are the best day because it's the fresh start of a new week. Wednesdays are the best day of the week because you get a chance to look back on the first couple of days and you still got time to correct it, whatever it may be. Or you know what,
I like that.
Thursday's also a great day because you get a chance to really implement what you thought about on Wednesday, and just kind of keep that cycle going until I kind of convinced myself that that those days were actually good days and not something to like dread happening.
Right. It's all a state of mind. I don't,
It really is, man.
it's all a state of mind. Isn't it weird how it's like the brain is such a powerful tool, but like certain things can really just, it's like the gears are running and then one little thing happens, like, and it just it throws off the entire equilibrium, and you have to like find a way to like reset that. Like, I don't, the brain is it's such a wild thing. I mean,
It is. And to be honest, like one thing I want to let people know is, although I am a huge nerd for self-improvement things and manifesting and journaling and all that stuff, like it is a constant battle though, right? Like even as powerful
yeah,
as the brain is, that you can reprogram it, rewire it to think certain things, hopefully for the better. It's not like once it happens once, it just sticks. It's one of those things
right.
where you have to, it's a constant practice, I feel like, to have that shift in mindset that you're looking to have. I think some people, including myself, sometimes think, well, once I do it once, or once it works out for me once, then I'm good to go. And then next thing you know, 2 weeks have gone by and you're right back in the old patterns you used to be in. No, it
Yep.
is a constant practice. Every day you got to fight for that change in mindset. Yeah.
What do they say? You got to do something 40 times before it becomes a habit.
I've never heard that, but yeah, I'm sure it's true. I've heard it in minutes too, right? Is it like
Yeah,
120, or no, like 120
10,000
hours,
hours. I've
or
heard like
yeah,
10,000 hours. I've heard 40 times. I mean, it's who knows what like the actual like number is, because I'm sure it's
right,
all very independent on the or dependent on the person.
yeah.
But I have to share, you're talking about like Wednesdays being Wednesday. So I am this is probably the first week back. I don't know if I've told this story yet, but this is like the first week back after like the holidays. And this is the first full week back. So, we get off like New Year's Day, I think, and then Christmas. So like the last couple weeks are really a wash at most like corporations. It's just how it is. So the first full week back, we're on like a Monday call, and this guy says something. Everyone's kind of like groaning and like, this sucks. Happy New Year. This sucks. Like we got another full year to go. Whatever. This guy gets on and he's as chipper as can be. I mean, we're all like, what is it like? What was in his coffee this morning?
Mm-hmm.
He proceeds to say, I just love January because it feels like it's full of Mondays, and Mondays are the start of the week. So it feels like this is the start of the whole, and we're all just we're like flabbergasted. We're like, what is like, this guy needs to be institutionalized. Like, this is crazy. But in reality, like, I mean, that's such a like a great mindset. Like, even if he doesn't believe that, if you tell yourself enough about that, like, yeah, everyone knows January is the best month. Mondays aren't the best day. It's like, but if you go in and say, hey, January is full of Mondays, like the start of the year, the start of the week, it's like not technically the start of the week, start of the work week. I mean, again, mindset, baby. You know who would be proud? You know who would be proud of this conversation, Jerry? David Goggins. David Goggins would be so proud.
He probably would.
I mean,
he probably would. No, dude, I'm huge on mindsets, and just like you said, like, even if you don't believe it, right? Even if you know to your core you don't believe it, if you say it enough times, you will. You definitely will, whether it's for good or for bad. So
it's true. Trust me. I had a girlfriend, I guess an ex-girlfriend, that would talk about that now is probably said things enough that she believes it. So it's like, it can be bad, it can be good. It can be,
You want to elaborate on that, or is that for another time?
I think that might be another time. That probably will be a whole series, Jared. We'll get into Josh's past trauma, Josh's dating trauma.
Well, on that note, Joshua, what I want to do too, real quick, actually, I want to make sure, because we neither one of us said it, and I think, obviously we waited way too long, but better late than never. By the way, this is Armchair Analysis. You have myself, Jared. We have Josh here. We're just a couple of guys who truly know nothing about everything, and we're a mixture of serial hobbyists, but also at the same time, I think we're just super intrigued by the unknown, and so we're constantly looking to learn new things, whether that be conspiracies, whether that be about just random things going on in the world, whether it be just learning new things about ourselves. And at some point, we hope to have some people on here that we can chat about that with, and we can interview. We're going to put that positive energy out there and see where this thing takes off. And we hope you guys just kind of come along for the ride and learn with us.
And I will say, obviously everything we say, there's a little asterisk at the end of it, because again, we don't know it. We could be making this stuff up for all we know. Who knows? So take it all with a grain of salt. But hey, we're happy for you if you're out there listening. Dan, I know you're listening. Love you, man.
Man.
Yeah. Hey, short and sweet, Jared. Look at that. Hey, good luck. Good luck moving. Let us follow up,
Yeah, next time we record, I might be recording from my new studio.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So Jared didn't tell you guys this, but he has a studio in his house.
I have a studio in my house. It's called
in his penthouse in downtown Seattle.
It's called the kitchen / living room / bathroom /
That's almost as creative as our book club name.
That's right.
It's almost.
That's right. Hey, just in case people are wondering, right? Since we just gave a little book club plug, what's the book they should be reading next, Josh?
I don't even want to say it.
You don't want to say it.
It's called Drive.
It's called
Drive. And it, obviously I won't give too much away, but it really kind of dives into motivation and what drives people.
Exactly. And finding out, yeah, exactly that. Finding out what motivates people, what drives people. And I think it's a little bit of a twist. It's a little bit deceiving based on the title, finding out exactly what it is that does drive one another. So definitely worth giving a read.
I will say, just because we are going to be talking about this soon, I am not one of these people that like the self-improvement, more nonfiction type books, but it is an intriguing book. It is intriguing. So
I'm surprised to hear you say that.
I know. I am surprised to hear myself say that as well. So, hey, mindset, baby. Mindset.
All right, guys. On that
But
note,
hey, real quick,
sorry. Yeah.
just make sure if you don't have the book, go down to the link, click on the Amazon account, the Amazon link, buy it from us. Guys, we only get like maybe 5 cents from it. But hey, Jared's got to save up for that studio. It's
That studio and that U-Haul, guys. Help me out. Help me out.
Until we get sponsorships. But with that being said, the last thing. There's a lot of things we're not forgetting, or there's a lot of things I'm forgetting. After Drive, Jared, should we tell them what book to get, or should we wait on that?
Sure, let's let them know. Yeah, and the next one is Project Hail Mary, which is fitting because the movie is about to drop soon. Project Hail Mary, it was Josh's pick. A fiction book, but there is still, I feel like, a little bit of facts to it in a way. It's a good book, though, a very good book. Project Hail Mary, especially if you're intrigued by going to outer space. It's a outer space mixed with kind of end of the world type of book there. I liked it. I actually thought it was really, really good. A little bit of a longer read, so I think it is good to go on ahead and try to grab that soon and get started on that as soon as you can.
And don't cheat. Don't go watch the movie. Like, I get it. Ryan Gosling's in it. He's beautiful. We get it. Okay. Read the book first. Don't cheat. All right.
Read the book first.
Or I will get the audio book.
This is the first time that I've read a book before seeing the movie. And I'm a little nervous. I've seen some of the previews. No shade to Ryan Gosling or the directors or producers of the movie, but strictly, like, I really liked the book. And so, like, I see some of the previews, and I'm just like, I'm right off the bat not getting the same level of drama, I guess, that I got from reading the book. Like, the book had me on edge at a lot of different points, and the previews are a little bit like they're trying to make it kind of a comedy, kind of like Ryan Gosling is a very good actor, and he's very good at that sarcastic, comedic, but kind of serious role. And I'm worried. I haven't seen it yet. I have not seen the movie yet, but I'm worried the movie is going to be too leaning on the comedic side and not enough on the drama side.
The actual, like, hey, the end of the world thing. Yeah.
So,
well, let's hope. Well, hey, before we go, I did forget, we are in the throes of March Madness. Now, this is just a little interesting fact. We can talk about March Madness next time. But sure. Jared, have you submitted a bracket?
I got 2 brackets on the men's side and 1 on the women's side going. Yeah.
Okay. So I have just one. I have one bracket. I don't like to. I know you can submit like 25 or something crazy. I just checked today. So and this is just the ESPN app. So I don't know if all the other apps where you can like submit brackets, Yahoo, wherever. But according to the ESPN app, over the millions of brackets that were submitted, I checked this before we got on. Guess how many are still perfect?
Ooh. So what was weird was they were tracking winless brackets at one point. And then
winless. So like they didn't get a single one right?
Yeah, they were tracking that at one point.
That's actually, that's got to be, that's just as hard, right? Like to not get a single one right.
I know. That's crazy. I think they were up to like 213, if I remember correctly, of winless brackets after the second weekend.
Dude, we gotta next year. We have to do that. Like, I want to do that almost live. Like, let's fill out an armchair analysis bracket.
We should have. Yeah, we'll definitely do that next year for sure.
Yes.
All right. So let's do. So what was the question? How many perfect brackets?
How many perfect brackets are left?
I'm gonna go with 46.
46. Jared, you would be wrong. According to ESPN, there is 2 perfect brackets left.
2 left. Dang.
Out of the millions that were submitted. That is absolutely crazy.
Honestly, the fact that somebody has a perfect bracket going into the Sweet 16 is impressive. That's impressive. How many who do you have going all the way?
I had Florida repeating. Now I know that people are like, that's stupid. It's so hard to repeat. Yeah, but it's also hard to pick a perfect bracket. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's all a guess, right? So
it's all a guess. People are everyone kind of jumps on the bandwagon. Everyone's saying, I think Duke might be the favorite this year.
Yeah,
The
Duke.
problem
Florida,
with
Houston.
the problem with like sports, like college sports in general anymore, is that because of NIL money, you're gonna have these kids going to like, they're all gonna start flocking where the money is. It's just like where there's gonna be such a disparity of, there's gonna be again like the top 10 or top 5 or top 6 are gonna be like the greatest teams ever, and then everyone else is just not gonna stand a chance. Yeah, there might be a random upset here and there, but I think with NIL money, I think it makes it less competitive, in my opinion.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. That was a pretty crazy first round, man. There was a lot of top tier teams that Duke almost lost.
That was pretty cool.
Duke almost lost. There's at least 3 or 4 of the top seeded teams that almost lost between the round of 64 and the round of 32. So I hear you, but you know, I also think
pulled it out. They're always a bracket bust. They bust brackets pretty good.
The one thing I will say that I think people need to be careful with, and this one of the teams I chose in one of my brackets to go all the way, St. John's, is you have a few of these teams where they have head coaches that came from highly successful winning programs, got fired, and then have joined these smaller programs, and over the past few years have built them up. You have St. John's is one of them. You have Arkansas is another one with Calipari as their coach.
What's it starts with a P, right? St. John's. Patino, yeah.
Yeah. So be careful. That's why I chose St. John's in one of mine. And that was my one that I actually took like somewhat seriously, because I could see St. John's has to get through Duke. That's the one thing. But if they can get through Duke,
wasn't it Citadel almost got through?
Siena, yeah. But then Duke just absolutely dominated the next one in the second half. But I will say, if St. John's can get through Duke, I think their road to the championship isn't that bad, and definitely doable. So I will say real quick, the one team that surprised me, I've been kind of crapping on the Big Ten this year, and I will say the team that I watched their game and they really surprised me was Illinois. Illinois, the Fighting Illini, I'm not gonna lie, man, they look good this year. They might actually go pretty far.
My sister has them winning it all. She's the only one I've seen that's picked Illinois. But again, hey, that's the beauty of basketball. It could be it's going to be some team that none of us ended up seeing. It's
for sure.
So
for sure. All right, man. Well, madness is here. I'm excited to see how it goes this year. Next year, we definitely need to claim that. We should do a live bracket, and then obviously we track it over the days. I think that's a really good idea. Until next time, man.
Till next time. Y'all come back now, you hear?